So guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm back with a new video of TRYHACKME platform. In today's video we are going to solve a room named as Web Fundamentals. TRYHACKME has an official walkthrough of that by Darkstar. He's a pretty good CTF solver and machine creator. So in today's video we are going to learn what are the HTTP requests and the responses that we make to a web server, and what are the cookies stored in our systems. And at last of this room we are going to solve a mini CTF regarding this. We will also learn to use a tool named as curl to make a request, whether it's get or post. I have already started my machine. You can just do that. Let's just add a 1 hour more to the time, and I'm already connected to the OpenVPN service of TRYHACKME. If you aren't yet, then just do so. Go to the access page and download the .openvpn file and connect it via sudo openvpn followed by the file name. So let's just see what we have to do this in this room. So for the task 1, it's just a basic introduction, like we will cover HTTP request, about the cookies and web servers, nothing much, so just mark it as completed. Now for the task 2, we will learn how do we load websites. So it's basically when we search for a website, like in this case we are searching for TRYHACKME, the name of the website is converted to a IP address, which is basically IPv4, and it is of a 8-digit. That's why it is named as octal. All the details about the website name and the IP address are stored in a directory, or you can say it like a giant phone book. Takes in the URL and convert it into IPv4 and just gets to the server and get back the response to us. So in this we are given an example of 100.70.172.11. In the below figure you can see that's a Wireshark screenshot. It's analyzing the traffic, like it's all a HTTP request, and those are the ports like 6504.178, and it's making a get request. So in the get request we specifically request the server to give us some information from the database, and in the post request we send some data to the servers to be stored, like login or creating a new user and some other cases. So what's the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? So in short, HTTPS is a secure or encrypted version of HTTP, and it works more or less in the same way. It uses a different type of encryption that is known as TLS 1.3 to communicate, and its URL encoded, so it's pretty hard to break those. And by the CTF point of view, we are given that we have a popular servers known as Apache and Nginx. By default, HTTP runs on port 80 and HTTPS runs on port 3. These are the two main points to be noted. Whenever we scan a room with Nmap, we should note these ports. If they are open, we can set up a web listener using Nmap and get a reverse shell. And it's telling what does a web page combined of or created by. So it's basically HTML, CSS and JavaScript. HTML is the structure, CSS is the page look and make it fancy. JavaScript that runs in the browser and allows us to make a page interactive and load extra content, or you can say as a connecting with the database. So this was just an intro about what are the HTTPS and a web page. Now the question is, what request verb is used to retrieve page content? So when we request from the database, it's a get request. And the next one is, what port do web servers normally listen on? So if you have seen here, it's basically port 80 a web server listens, and we can tag that and exploit it. So it's 80. Now for the question, what's responsible for making websites look fancy? So that's CSS, and HTML provides a basic structure. Now for the task 3, we have more on HTTP and the different request formats. So we learned about the get request format in the task 2, but we also have a post format in which we send data to the server. And another formats are put, patch and delete. The put is basically used to update or replace an entry in the database. The patch is especially for modifying, and delete is to delete the data that isn't covered in this task. So let's keep it out of the scope. And now we have response body, or you can say what the status code when we request a web page from the servers. So if you get a response of 100 to 119, it's like something information. For the 200 to 299, it's a success, means the server responded with the data that we needed and it will be displayed on our browser. For the request 300 to 399, it means that the page is redirecting us to a new page. So be safe whenever you found a request of that type. It can be a CSRF or SSRF attack. And now for the 400 to 499, it's a client error, means we maybe in some cases we request for an admin panel, but we are granted only users, then it will show error 404. And now for the 500 to 599, it's a server side error. Like for 504, it's when you do a DDoS attack on a web server and it can't handle any further request. That's also a part of bug bounty. We have more information about the error codes or the HTTP codes in the Mozilla website. You can just have a look at here. And now we will just move on the questions. So it's asking what verb would be used for a login. So for a login, we will send data to the server to be matched, and if present, it will give us the information in get format. So that will be post. Now what verb would be used to see your blank balance you are logged in. So after we log in using a post required, we need our data, so that will be provided with our get request. Now it's asking, does the body of get request matter? So if I just go above and look for the post request body, it's not provided here, so we'll just move with the get one. So here we are asking with the IP that we need the contents hosted on this IP and port 8081, and it's responded with the data. So that nothing informatory, so we will do na. Sorry for the caps. Now what's the status code for I am a teapot? As you have seen, it was nothing here, so let's just go to this website and search for it. So let's just search for teapot. As you can see, the error code is 418, that is the server refuses the attempt. And now what status code will you get if you need to authenticate to access some content and you are unauthenticated? So that's in the case of automatic logout. So I just search for unauthenticated. So it's a 401, and as you can see, 404 not found and 403 is forbidden. Let's just write that. Now what are the cookies? Whenever we visit a website, the website stores some of its data as a cache in our cookies in the browser. So whenever we visit the website a second time, third time, or any other number of times, it takes much less bandwidth and loads quickly. Sometimes storing cookies also dangerous, as it can be stolen by the attackers and gained to use session hijacking. So it says what are the cookies and why cookies. You can just read it, it's self-explanatory, and just click on completed. And now we have a mini CTF here, in which we need to do a get request, post request. We need to get request and get the cookie from the server, and another cookie name and change the value to flag please using curl. So let's just proceed with that. I'm already connected to the OpenVPN. Please be sure you had done that. Now for the get flag, we will use curl. If you haven't installed curl or it's not present in your system, just use sudo apt install curl. As you can see, it's updated to the latest version in my case. So now it's asking what is the get flag. So we'll make a get request to the IP. Let me just visit the IP here. As you can see, the website is up, or you can check whether the website is up or not using the ping. Remove the port number. If the request is directed back to this, means the website is up and it's ready to go. So for the get flag, we are going to use curl and we need to make a request to this path /ctf/get. So we'll do so using the command as curl http /ctf/get. So basically it makes a get request to the web server and gets the content at this web address. So as you can see, we got our data, or we can just directly visit it on the web browser. That's the second method. So if I just go to the web browser directory, as you can see, we have a flag here. So we can use a browser also and curl also. So let's just copy and paste it in the task. We need to make a post request. So by default, curl makes a get request and we can't make a post request in the web browser. So we will use the curl with a changed parameter to make a post request. So for that, we will use curl followed by -x to tell what is the request we are going to make, so that will be a post. We need to send the data, I guess. We'll just have a look. So we need to make a request with the body flag please. So that will be --data flag please and to the web address. So it's already shown here, but the IP is changed. That will be 177 and 42. So it says that page is not found. Let me just have a look. The request should be made at CTF post distance. So let me just remove the extra slash here. So yes, we made to another directory, but that was in the post directory itself. That's where it was shown a 404. So this is our flag. Let's just copy and paste it in the task. Now it's asking what's the get a cookie flag. So here we need to get a cookie and we need to make a get request to CTF get cookie and check the cookie the server gives you. So for that we can use both our browser and terminal. So for first case we will use the browser. We'll visit the website using this. So it says check your cookie. We can go for inspect element, and cookie will be stored in storage, and here is our flag as a value. Or the other method would be using curl. So that would be as if I just go to it would be curl get the cookie at IP 10.10.177.42 -8081 slash 81 slash CTF slash get cookie, and it will return the cookies of that web page with the saved content. So now for the last task, it's what's the set the cookie flag. So we need to set the cookie name flag please to a value flag please in the DevTools, or we can use curl to do so. So we will just head towards that website, make another cookie. So for that we will click plus, and we need to make a flag please with value flag please. So let's just do so. So the name will be flag please, and the name value will be flag please, and we will reload the website. So it didn't take effect. Let me just check why. We need to do that in the send cookie section. Let's just modify the URL here, and so the cookies took effect in this web URL, and we are provided with our flag. So let's just copy and paste it here. Now how could we have done it using our curl? So we just cancel it for now and head back to Kali. So for the curl you could have used a curl -- cookie, and what should be the name? So that's a name equal to values. So we will use a flag please with value as flag please and the web address. .42:8081 /CTF /send cookie. Hence the flag was set and the content was redirected to us. So this is the same flag. So that was it for this room. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay safe and happy. Thank you.